system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history. In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing. The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We'd get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As ladies and gentlemen, we have a monstrous airdrop. A snapshot for the airdrop tomorrow, September 1st at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all XRP holders and for people that hold XRP on BitTrue or Uphold. If you are holding XRP, take advantage of this, as I will be having an interview with an important XRP developer to further explain what Evernote is. Please give Wojak a follow, as we'll be getting that out for every single one of you as soon as possible. Now, let's get into the content for the day. As guys, we have a lot going on, as off the heels of this Grayscale loss for Gary Gensler, Gary is getting absolutely decimated in the mainstream headlines. Bloomberg, CNBC, Reuters, the Financial Times, CNN Business are all firing shots at Gary Gensler. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we've all been waiting for. Gary is on the way out. And SEC Chair Gary Gensler is going to testify before Congress twice this September. And trust me when I tell all of you, this Republican-led Congress is not going to be filling Gary all his questions beforehand. This is extremely important because we may be on the verge of getting Gensler fired. Fire Gary Gensler is going to be the shot heard around the world. And if you haven't done so already, get your Fuck the SEC t-shirt in celebration of this beautiful moment that's about to come. The link to my aggressively average apparel is down in the description below. And I hope you send me a photo of you guys wearing it. Because as I've said before, I'll say it again. I'm making a beautiful piece of art with all of the pictures you send me. Now guys, something that I never thought I'd see come to fruition as fast as it has been is this. From ISO 20022, let's do it. I've always stated that if XRP were to ever bypass that $1,000+ mark, it would be because we are finally tapping into the derivatives market. And the video I'm about to play every single one of you is an amazing sign, as Ripple partner ISDA has a promo video on DLT, distributed ledger technology being used for derivatives. The derivatives market is on the cusp of a technological revolution. And while this does not guarantee that XRP is going to be used, it is a tremendous sign that we are headed in that direction. And the possibility that XRP is tapping into the derivatives market is very much alive, very real. It's not just far-fetched speculation. It's a genuine possibility. And I want you all to take a listen.
The derivatives market is safer and more transparent than ever before. But the infrastructure that supports it is complex, disjointed, and costly to maintain. Managing basic processes throughout the life of a trade is manually intensive. Each firm has developed its own way of describing common events, like trade termination, compression, or the exercise of an option. This increases the potential for inconsistencies between firms. Constantly correcting this is a big drain on resources and is not sustainable. Fortunately, new technologies such as distributed ledger and smart contracts offer the potential for greater automation and efficiency, reducing complexity and costs. But effective automation can only be built on standardization. If each technology uses its own set of representations for trade events, then we'll simply recreate the existing disjointed infrastructure. To realize the full potential of these technologies, we need a common representation of trade events. That's where the ISDA common domain model comes in. ISDA's aim is to create a comprehensive standard digital blueprint for how derivatives are traded and managed right across the life cycle of a trade. The ISDA CDN will enhance consistency across firms and platforms, providing a bedrock of standards upon which new technologies can be applied. The derivatives market is on the cusp of a technology revolution. The ISDA CDN will help realize that potential.
And ladies and gentlemen, for me to jog your memories, I'm going to take you back to the moment that Ripple joined ISDA. There's a $1.2 quadrillion derivatives market that needs to be tapped into. And this digital asset space has only a few companies that are able, willing, and have the resources to do it. Ripple has cast its stone into the vast pond of the derivatives market, making significant milestone not only for the company, but for the larger cryptocurrency industry. And this, my friends, is what the maxis are terrified about. They're terrified of what they don't know. And what they don't know is that XRP is poised to tap into the biggest market on the planet. Not only that, but we have that Ripple's derivatives partner ISDA is looking to upgrade November 2023. It states here, what are the protocol timelines? As mentioned, ISDA plans to launch the protocol in September 2023, and all parties will be able to adhere from this date. And parties should expect a 2-month adherence period until November, allowing as many parties as possible to adhere ahead of the protocol effective date, expected to be in mid-November 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, this allows for this Black Swan event to take place at some point this September or October, and then it allows the ability to give Ripple and XRP the infrastructure available to act as a solution, especially in this market. The timelines align. The solution is here. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to cap off this video for today, I'm going to leave you with an important message. I understand that a lot of you, from some feedback and comments that I've read, not just on YouTube, but also on Twitter, Instagram, and other platforms, don't necessarily understand what I mean when I make YouTube titles. There is a specific way you need to interpret how I make videos, and I'm going to explain it right now so that you all have a fundamental understanding of how to interpret what I present to every single one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, today, the title of this video is Ripple Position XRP to be worth $1,000 plus, and it begins November 2023. The reason I presented this video the way I did is because Ripple is partnered with ISDA, which gives it access to a $1.2 plus quadrillion market, which means XRP could be positioned to take over a good portion of that market. The market cap is there to make that price possible, and the document proving the timeline in which that could begin has been provided in this video. That does not mean I'm telling you guys we're going to reach $1,000 by November. That does not mean I'm giving a time frame for when it could happen. I am simply providing you the information that proves why I made a claim. And when I make videos in general, I make a claim and I either refute it or provide evidence in my videos to ensure that it makes sense. We are in a nascent speculative market, and we are here before mass adoption, and we need to have the mental capacity to either be able to explain an idea we have or dismiss something as complete nonsense. I'm open to any and all critiques and conversations, and I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. But what I'd like to say is this. There's a big portion of the crypto space, whenever the XRP community makes a claim that we could reach a high price one day, that says absolutely not, that's impossible. Where can the market cap come in order to make that a reality? And that's a good point. But you see, I've had Blockchain Backer on my channel the other day, and he showed how important market cap actually is in calculating the full 4236 Fibonacci extensions of cryptos during bull runs. And despite the fact that I didn't necessarily believe in market cap as much in the past, I definitely do right now. The technical evidence has been presented to me, and I understand how important a role market cap plays. However, when I present a video like I have today, I am showing you where the possible high outrageous market cap of XRP can come from. And that's not to say XRP is going to tap into every single dollar on the planet all at once, because I don't think it will. But I think XRP is positioned to tap into a great percentage of it. Hell, if XRP even gets 0.1% of everything we've ever believed it could, we reach new all-time highs. And that's amazing. Now imagine if we succeed in our vision. Ladies and gentlemen, stay the course. The initial steps to get to where we've always wanted to get to are being laid out right now. I believe there will be a moment where XRP is the #1 crypto on the planet, and it actually leads the crypto market, unlike having to wait for Bitcoin. But as for right now, we have to pray for Bitcoin's success. And just 2 days ago, we saw the beginning of Bitcoin's success. To cap off this video for today, I'm going to have Michael Schonenstein, CEO of Grayscale, discuss how Grayscale is closer to a spot ETF than it's ever been before, and how that's going to help every single digital asset on the planet hit new all-time highs during this next bull run. We've waited for a long time, my friends, but the time is about to come. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Now, after the U.S. court sort of gave you some runway to be able to launch a spot Bitcoin ETF, what do you do now?
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. Let's be clear about yesterday. So yesterday was the culmination of more than a year worth of litigation. The SEC denied GBTC's conversion to an ETF. We immediately filed a lawsuit. 14 months later now, we finally got a decision from the DC Circuit, and a panel of 3 judges unanimously voted and agreed with Grayscale, and that actually vacates the SEC denial order. Huge win for Grayscale, huge win for our investors, and really the crypto and investment community as a whole.
But there's a process here to the point that you're making, and there is a chance that the SEC looks to broaden this out, potentially fight the decision, bring this in front of a larger array of judges. And so if you're thinking about that potential process ahead, do you have any concerns that the race to bring an ETF to the market will leave you behind?
Well, so today is day 1 of a 45-day period during which the SEC has the ability to request a rehearing. Ultimately, at the end of that 45-day process, you could expect a final mandate from the court with operational next steps. Now, of course, in the interim, our attorneys are going to be working proactively with the SEC to try and make this conversion as expeditious as possible. But we really do need to ensure during this period we're adhering to the federal rules of the appellate court.
Do you need to refile for an ETF? And if you do need to refile or amend, are there certain things that you would add, such as a surveillance sharing filing agreement? Do you worry that the ones that already have one have a competitive advantage to your filing?
Well, so the operational next steps on anything that Grayscale will or won't have to do will be contained in that final mandate that comes out of the court. But one of the interesting things that we actually got from the court in yesterday's decision was that the court agreed with us that the arguments we've been putting forward all along throughout this process are such that the SEC already has the tools it needs to approve spot Bitcoin products like GBTC, that there is sufficient surveillance between the CME, where Bitcoin futures trade, and national securities exchanges like the New York Stock Exchange, where we intend to list GBTC as an ETF. So there really shouldn't be any further grounds like the SEC has been relying on to continue denying these types of products from coming to market.